Joe Mixon finished running back 3 last year, 292 rush attempts, 1,205 yards, 13 touchdowns, 42 receptions, 48 targets, 314 yards, and 3 touchdowns through the air. Thoughts on Joe Mixon?
I like Joe Mixon. I think that those numbers are well within repeating range, right? Like obviously Cincinnati is going to have a tougher go of it because they're not going to be sneaking up on anybody this year. Um, but he does provide the balance to this offense, and Joe Burrow has the ability and the arm to keep the safeties back, right? Because you have Jamar Chase, because you have T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst now. All these offensive weapons that we're going to be talking about, it does keep the safeties honest, and you do have to pick your poison a little bit. The Bengals have kind of revamped their entire offensive line, so we're going to see how they gel together a little bit, because four of the five offensive line spots are going to be, I guess, it's going to be a new person to this unit. Um, but I think the Bengals need Joe Mixon to repeat these numbers, to be able to kind of stay on top of this AFC North as the Steelers are rebuilding a little bit. The Browns have their own turmoil with their quarterback position and what Deshaun Watson may or may not play, and all of the things that still need to be figured out there. So Mixon's a guy that you can get at, I think, pretty fair value, right? You're getting him RB6, RB7. So if you're thinking he's going to finish inside the top five, I'm perfectly okay with that.
I think you just saw Joe Mixon's ceiling this last year, and I think that is, that will be his 2021 is going to be his greatest statistical season of his career. I do think that's what you're going to see. The Bengals, I think, outkicked their coverage a little bit last year when it was all said and done. That line needs to improve because he wasn't necessarily a very efficient back, like he was in 2018, where he was like a 4.9 yards per carry. The last 3 seasons, he's been 4.1 or less each one of those years to it. Touchdowns, again, like that was his career high by a long shot in both rushing and passing touchdowns there. So yeah, as much as I'm a believer in Joe Mixon and that he's really, really good at football, I don't know that he's going to necessarily return you great value on that one. I think that he's going to be a RB1 when it's all said and done. And actually, I think he's going to be a fringe RB1. I think that it's very I think realistically, you're going to see him probably finish somewhere between about RB11 and RB14 when it's all said and done this year. So I think that you are going to see you're going to see some regression on this one, and you're going to see him a little bit overdrafted this year. And